Hello again and welcome. We are here to talk about money, what to do with it, how to understand it, how to make the best use of it. This time we are talking about the stock market. So every now and then we are spoken to about stocks and about why we should invest in stocks, but many people may not understand what it means to own a stock, what it means to invest in a stock, or what a stock means at all. So let's break it down to the very simple point. A stock or a share is a part ownership of a company. Now let's explain it this way. If two of us put money into a business, say you brought 1,000 cedis and I brought 1,000 cedis, and we invested in a shop that sells mugs or that sells tea, we jointly put in half of the money, so we own the tea shop 50-50. Any profit that comes out of the business, we share it 50-50. In the same way, if the tea shop needs more money to put into another branch, or if the tea shop requires us to pay our workers and we don't have money, we will have to put in money 50-50 because we are equal shareholders in the business. At the simplest stage, that is what it means to be able to own shares in a company. But legally speaking, the process has become more refined because people have been doing this for many years and they found better ways to do it. So instead of us bringing 1,000 cedis each to make 2,000 and own it 50-50, we will set up a company called Mug and Tea. And Mugs and Tea will have 2,000 shares issued, okay? Now, those 2,000 shares will be sold at 1 Ghana Cedi per share. So I will buy 1,000 of them for 1,000 cedis because it's 1 cedi each. And you will also buy 1,000 of them for 1 cedi each. So you own 1,000 shares in Mug and Tea, and I own 1,000 shares in Mug and Tea. But the total number of shares of Mug and Tea is 2,000. We are all shareholders. I can take my 1,000 shares and go to Mr. Kojo Mensah and tell Kojo Mensah that Mug and Tea is a good business, it's doing well, our sales are growing. Since you are interested in investing in a tea business, come and buy 500 of my shares. So now I only own 500 shares. Mr. Kojo Mensah owns 500 shares and you own 1,000. So now we are 3 shareholders. You own 50%, Mr. Kojo Mensah owns 25%, and I own 25%. Now, think about it a bit broader. The shares are 1 cedi each, so any of us can sell our shares to anybody, and whoever buys those shares owns that percentage of the company. The number of shares you own divided by the total number of shares gives you your ownership of the company. At the simplest level, that is how stocks or shares of a company work. Now, in other episodes, we will definitely expand some more, so stay tuned. So now, let's go back to where we were. Mr. Kojo Mensah owns 25% of the company, I own 25% of the company, and you own 50% of the company. But now, you want to be able to sell some of your shares. We have something we call an initial public offering. It is the process of having your company go through being listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. What that means is that instead of your company now being private between the 3 of us and us making our own decisions, we want to make it public. We want to open our company up to the world so that other people can become investors. So we go to the stock market. The share is worth 1 Ghana Cedi each. But at the time that we're going to the stock market, to list on the stock market is called listing. The IPO process is a listing process. Our company that used to do 100 mugs a year is now doing 1,500 mugs a year and another 10,000 bags of tea a year from only 1,000 bags. The company has grown in size. It means it will make more profit. It means it can pay the owners more money. So if you go to the stock market based on some math and some valuation methods used by the intelligent people, the shares will no longer be 1 Ghana Cedi per share. Why? Because the company is not the same, right? If you own a car and now your car has become an amazing car that is doing some good job and everybody wants that car because when you sit in that car, it can go fast and your car can avoid all the potholes, etc. People will spend more money buying your car. It's why you spend more money on certain brands than others, right? So say the share price goes up to 2 Ghana Cedis per share. Now, all of a sudden, you had 25%. I have 25% of the company, which cost me 500 Ghana Cedis. Because the price is now 2 Ghana Cedis per share, the value of my shares has gone up from 500 Ghana Cedis to 1,000 Ghana Cedis. Your 50%, which was 1,000 Ghana Cedis, is now 2,000 Ghana Cedis because the share price has moved from 1 cedi to 2 cedis. That is the principle behind buying shares. We buy shares at a certain price today with the hope that the company that we are buying shares in today will do better, will become bigger, and so at some point in the future, we can sell those shares at a different price. So I want to buy my shares for 1 Ghana Cedi, but I'm hoping to be able to sell my shares for 2 Ghana Cedis. Imagine that Mug and Tea all of a sudden has lost half of its staff because Ghanaians no longer want tea. Now we can't sell our mugs, so we are only selling 5 mugs a year. What will happen to that 2 Ghana Cedi share price? Your guess is as good as mine. The share price will no longer be 2 cedis. It may come down to 10 pesos or it may come down to 1 peso. We don't know what it will come down to, but it will come down. So everybody who owns shares in Mug and Tea can significantly lose money when the company doesn't go well. Now, in the worst case that Mug and Tea collapses, then all it means is that 500 Ghana Cedis I put in, that 1,000 you put in, that 500 Cedis Mr. Kojo Mensah brought in is gone. Company no, ashe. Sika no, ashe. And that is the downside with an equity investment. When you invest in stocks or shares and the underlying company doesn't do well or collapses, all your money goes. But when you invest in it and the underlying company does well, all your money grows. It's why we consider stocks as high risk. But I hope this has given you a good understanding of how stocks work and how they function. In other episodes, we'll add more color to it. And as always, remember, money grows steadily, it grows consistently, it grows slowly, just like the ant stores all year round. Be like the ant. Have a good one.